All right, everybody. Hope you're having a great morning and you got a big old cup of coffee so we can get into things. First things first, thanks to all those who have subscribed, and anything we talk about today, links are down in the description of the video. Do your own research. I'm just some guy yelling into a microphone. So hey, let's get into things. First up, are Ripple and VeChain entering into a partnership via SBI? You bet your bottom dollar. The second I saw this article, I clicked on it. I was like, what is going on here? So yeah, let's get in and talk about it. It's not what you think. So, a few days ago, a rumor came up in the crypto community that flew under the radar for many, probably because it might not be true, that could be exciting for us if it is, and that is this possible partnership between VeChain and Ripple via the company SBI. So, Crypto Airy reported via Twitter, SBI Holdings is planning to build a traceability system for agriculture based on the VeChain blockchain. So this guy cited an article from the Japanese BitTimes as a source. However, there's actually no clear indication in the article that SBI Holdings is relying on VeChain. So the article simply states that SBI Holdings will build a blockchain-based solution in cooperation with insert weird company name here, which handles the blockchain business, and Hakusho Market Company Limited, which handles Japanese rice. Therefore, questionable which the source of Crypto Airy is referring to. The exact source he uses is therefore questionable. The origin of the rumor, however, could be a like, that's right, a Twitter like, of the investment incubator Cream, which is a strategic partner of VeChain, as another Twitter user remarked, being like, oh hey, I noticed you like this tweet at Cream. I didn't see any mention of hashtag VET in the press release. Should we consider that your like is a yes because you're your NDA? Like, we're getting out into wild speculation here. What is exciting is that SBI Holdings is actually a known investor into Ripple. So the group of financial service companies based in Tokyo is undoubtedly one of Ripple's most important partners and has launched various projects in Japan in the past to promote its adoption. But hey, VeChain's CEO, Sunny Liu, around the same time this rumor was being popped up by Crypto Airy, he spoke in an interview with Digital Asset Investor on YouTube. He's got decent stuff. You should check him out if you haven't. About VeChain's biggest challengers. In this context, Liu explained that VeChain and Ripple could be good partners. Well, let's make it Ripple, XRP. I mean, we could be good partners in the future, I would say, because we're focused on different things. We're focused on business activities, non-financial applications, while XRP is focused on payment solutions, which could be a great combination. I have some friends that I am really connected to them, but for right now, my mission and vision is on building the environment and ecosystem for VeChain first. When the time arrives, I would say we could definitely connect to each other, i.e. Ripple. So, this article, I feel it's a little clickbaity, but it got me to click on it. It got me to read through it. So, I like what I'm starting to see in the cryptocurrency space. I feel like more and more chains are coming together and launching joint ventures and joint partnerships, especially, altcoins in the bottom half of the top 100 or in the top 200. That's really how you gain traction and notice and grow a user base. There's nothing wrong with it. It'll only lead to good things in the future. The sharing of ideas, the exchanging of all that type of stuff is good for the ecosystem and good for the world in general. Alrighty, but hey, let's hop on over and oh wow, such pump, such dump. Dogecoin's dropping. So as we all know, from July 7th to the 8th, Dogecoin rose by 43%. From 0.2 cents to half a cent. Obviously, it couldn't be sustained. It dropped to 0.35 cents, came back up to 0.52 cents, and then dropped back down to 0.36 cents. So much of the collapse occurred Thursday and Friday, as you all know. But man, by Wednesday, at the peak of the dump, volumes of the coin rose to $1.2 billion with a B. As of Saturday, they've fallen to around 180 million. The mighty have risen and the mighty have fallen. For those of you who don't really know, Dogecoin is a joke. It's always been a joke. For it to get all the way up here, pumping, there's a TikTok challenge trying to get it to pump to $1. Because if we could all get it to $1, we'd all be millionaires. It's not a horrible idea, but that is just a classic pump and dump scheme. Hopefully this guy had bought himself, like, I don't know, $100,000 worth of Dogecoin prior to this, so he could have sold it for $150. Like, the amount of money you would have had to put into this to get out something like insane. It's kind of a lot. I'm not a fan of short-term pump and dumps. If you are able to time them right, you're able to technical analysis things right, yeah, you can make a lot of money. But for a regular Joe like me, and probably like you guys listening, no offense, I highly doubt some millionaires listening to this channel right now. If you are, please let me know, and there's a donation link in the description. But hey, what am I saying? Yeah. I don't like them. Long-term holding, investing in projects that bring real-world applications, blah, 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 blah. You've heard me say this a million times already. All right, Bitcoin Gold. Apparently, it had an attempted 51% attack, and it was thwarted. Thank God. The collapse of our global crypto economy almost happened. Yeah. So, they announced late Friday, their developing team, that it had foiled a 51% attack that it had known was coming for over a week. Wow. The skills. All right, Bitcoin Gold alerted exchanges and mining pools on July 2nd and posted a notice to the community on July the 10th, noting it was time for everyone to upgrade their nodes. The team only revealed the attempted network takeover to the public after the unknown attacker, who had been mining blocks since July the 1st, released 1,300 blocks late Friday night. The majority of Honest pool hash power continues to mine on the Honest chain. And according to the cryptocurrency's official website, there are, Kevin included this adjective in there only, 108 Bitcoin Gold nodes in the world, with 30% being in Germany. The price seems to be unaffected by the attempted attack, and it's still trading at $9 to $10 since Tuesday, according to Bitfinex. Yeah, so Bitcoin Gold, which I'll be honest, I've not thought about in years. I didn't realize they only had 108 nodes. Like, it's pretty tiny. Like, I understand, like, wanting to participate in the ecosystem and things like that, but honestly, I would consider this to be a dead coin. Please don't at me in the comments. I'm sorry if you love Bitcoin Gold. All two of you, but that's just not something I'm excited about. Though it's good to see that even with such a small network, they're able to easily detect and prevent 51% attacks. You know, that is one of the major worries for these mineable cryptocurrencies and just any of these cryptocurrencies, that enough hash power could be combined into one location or under one malicious user could upset the chain. It is possible to happen. We have seen very rare instances of this happen before in the cryptocurrency space, but it looks like detection methods are getting much better, and that is a good thing for all of us. Hence why I wanted to talk about it a little bit, even though I'm not the biggest fan of Bitcoin Gold. I am, however, a big fan of practical applications in the cryptocurrency space. So let's talk about the tokenization of gaming and how the industry is kind of tackling that and how it's going to empower players. Now, I will tell you this, I did work in a casino for some years, so we're going to touch on that a little bit too down at the bottom, but most of this article focuses on video games. So the video games industry is thriving. As people around the world find themselves with more time on their hands thanks to the lockdowns and a partial economic shutdown, video game sales have skyrocketed. The gaming industry may be poised for a generational leap forward with the advent of asset tokenization, practice that could expose the gaming industry to a whole new wave of investors while simultaneously unlocking the myriad benefits for the world's 2.5 billion gamers. So back in July of 2019, a blockchain-powered voting platform, Socios, tokenized the popular Dota 2 esports team OG. This process yielded fan tokens that can be bought and sold on the Socios marketplace, allowing holders to participate in polls and earn unique OG rewards. This isn't the most ideal way of using blockchain technology, but it did mark a tentative first step in esports tokenization that will eventually and possibly lead to a point where entire teams, contracts, and sponsorship deals can be tokenized on the blockchain. Pretty interesting. So with the help of blockchain technology, esports teams will be able to launch new funding initiatives, potentially enabling community-backed sponsorships, tokenized merchandise sales, and perhaps even tokenized contracts, which would allow fans and other investors to partially own the team. That's pretty cool. So like all tokens, those that represent fractionalized contracts, teams, brands, among other things, will exist on immutable blockchain ledgers that enable peer-to-peer transfers without the need for lawyers and intermediaries to conduct ownership transfers. This will drastically increase the liquidity of previously illiquid esport assets while boosting the transparency in the process. Additionally, users can prove the ownership to any third parties or to receive services without the need of going through any intermediaries or token issuers. These basically form a frictionless market and an integrated web. Whew, that was a lot, but the nuts and bolts of it is if we can get these type of contracts and things on the blockchain, not only could you be part owners of your favorite esports team, which I think would be cool, the token price, rising or falling based on their performance. If your esports team brings in a lot of revenue, you could actually, depending on how the token is set up, you could be eligible to earn a portion of that revenue as a part owner. So this is actually something that's really, really interesting to me. It's the type of thing that it's not going to happen like overnight. We're not going to, see it coming. But if you start seeing these tokens being offered and they're talking about things like, well, this makes you a part owner, and they're talking about revenue sharing projects, me personally, I'm going to be looking heavily into these things when they do start coming up, if they ever do, and looking to buy into them because, if I can be a part owner of an esports team, one, bragging rights. I mean, come on. Like, oh yeah, I'm a part owner of a team. I rent a duplex, so, it gives you a little bit of bragging rights, and it could also lead to, dividends and investment income down the road. Also, it puts everything out there for all to see, and that really helps, it eliminates corruption, it eliminates, backroom deals, and all those different things. Well, maybe not eliminate, but it'll cut down on them. But yeah. And then they also go that not just these esport teams, but the video games themselves could be tokenized, given that the global games market is slated to reach revenues of $159.3 billion this year, up 9.3% because of COVID. A lot of industries are suffering. COVID is making video games ba-boom. So, despite all this growth, those of us who want to invest in the gaming industry are restricted to stocks from our favorite publishers, game houses, and distribution platforms, while only large-scale investors are able to obtain private equity in these studios. So rather than simply rewarding backers with an early copy of the game or additional content, developers and publishers can begin offering tokenized equity to investors in the form of digital security tokens. Each token could represent fractional ownership of the intellectual property and the proceeds generated from it, allowing companies to obtain immediate funding without the need to compete a traditional funding round or go public with an IPO. This is kind of what I was talking about up there before, and this is what I would really be excited in. I think about the video game Darkest Dungeon. It was launched on Kickstarter. It was made by two guys who had nothing more than a dream and a vision and, a boatload of gaming industry experience. So they weren't complete noobs, but that game's really successful. It's really fun. They're not paying me to say it, but I've put 80 hours into it. I've never even beaten it. It's a great game, and if they could have issued digital security tokens that I could have bought into and been a part owner of and potentially got proceeds generated based on my investment into them, that would be really cool. A developer could set aside 30% to help get the funding. You buy into it, and if the game does well, you'd see a return on your investment, and they wouldn't be able to hide anything since everything's on the blockchain. So like win, 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 win. But yeah, we got to talk about casinos a little bit. So there's actually dozens of online cryptocurrency casinos that have a token element incorporated into things. Typically it's the form of, players can earn tokens as an extra reward, but through yields or for such platforms, we could be seeing some interesting things. The uses they use, for distributing tokens to players as part of the buy-in process, and players can convert cryptocurrencies into these tokenized chips. It's pretty mundane, but online casinos are already integrating all these things into them, so I'm really excited to see where they go. The casino I worked at was pretty old school in terms of technology, all things considered. The current market for physical casinos is generally people ages 65 and older during the week, especially in the regional ones. Vegas, you get some younger people out there, but say like Indiana casinos, you're not getting people helicoptered in to play poker. You're getting retirees coming in to spend their Social Security money. Believe me, I got out of the industry because my soul died about the 10th time a grandmother started crying to me about how she's on a fixed income and she needed $20 back to pay for the bus fare home, which is incredibly sad and depressing. But at the same time, how are you 65 years old and don't know how to manage your money? Struggle's real. So that's enough of me reminiscing about sad things. This is a good thing for the industry overall. Tokenization, partial ownerships, it's really interesting and I love it. All right, let's hop over here. Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson is out here blasting YouTube over the crypto scams that have been popping up. We talked about them yesterday. I think blasting is kind of a strong word. So basically, today, Charles Hoskinson called out YouTube over an ongoing ADA scam, which sees scammers post elaborate videos and advertisement for the old send me 1 ETH, I'll send 2 ETH back. What makes this concerning is that cryptocurrency ads by themselves are censored and not allowed on the video sharing giant, but scams for those are seemingly allowed. So his tweet that they're talking about, here's what it says. It has come to my attention that a scam has been floating around using my conference keynote to promote a giveaway. Here's the link. This is a scam. Please report it to YouTube. We will take legal action if we can against those responsible. He noted in the comments that the giveaway was disgusting and criminal. The now removed video overlaid scammy texts and enticing ADA offers over Hoskinson's legitimate keynote address. For gullible viewers, this could have been incorporated as an official Cardano giveaway. Nothing like that currently exists or will ever exist. Just gonna put that out there right away. We just talked about this yesterday. In fact, Ripple actually sued YouTube in April of this year for not controlling the rampant scams. So scammers, the way they're able to kind of do this is they remove any mention of the cryptocurrency itself or any relevant terms. So yeah, they don't say Ethereum giveaway, they say ETH giveaway. They don't say Bitcoin giveaway, say they BTC. They don't talk about blockchain or addresses or anything like that in their advertisements or the scam. So they're able to sneak it through YouTube's algorithms and they're tricked into manual intervention. I actually, before I booted up this video to start recording, I reported 2 scams because since I follow so many cryptocurrency channels and I look at so many different things, I'm a prime target for this apparently. And yeah, 2 different live streams, both for Vitalik at the same time. It's getting real. So don't send your money. Be aware. Inform your friends, your enemies, and your mistresses, I guess. Okay. Ethereum, we talked about this delay yesterday as well. The fallout from it continues. Some are worrying it could lose its $200 support zone. So Ethereum 2.0 is definitely not happening in July of this year. The first signs of this were witnessed in mid-May when Vitalik clarified his comments during a consensus interview where he seemed to agree on a July launch. In his explanation of his remarks during the interview, he explained that he had misheard the question about the launch date of ETH 2.0 and only confirmed that the upgrade was on track. That always bothers me because it sounds so clear to us, that what was said and what he responded with, but you got to give the benefit of the doubt. They're both wearing noise cancellation microphones, so it's hard for us to know what the background noise was. Or, Vitalik might have a hearing issue. It's entirely possible. I don't know anything about the kid. He could. So, mistakes like this are common. It seems so asinine to us, but at the end of the day, they are still human. One reason for the postponement of the fact is the fact that ETH 2.0 has too many moving parts, and synchronizing all the teams for a July launch is next to impossible. And then it goes on to talk about the Justin Drake article, which we talked about yesterday. And then here's all the technical analysis, mumbo jumbo down here. We want a 2020 launch of ETH 2.0. It's been too long. Ethereum Foundation researcher Justin Drake, who we mentioned above, took to Twitter to explain that the Ethereum community's voice had been heard and a 2020 launch for ETH 2.0 was still very much possible. Such a move will allay any fears that ETH 2.0 will be delayed until 2021 and Ethereum can maintain its value above 200. Justin Drake's, I believe he said January 3rd of 2021 is the earliest he thought Ethereum 2.0 could ship. To which Vitalik actually responded in the comments, no. And then someone else from Ethereum responded in the comments, no. So, differences of opinion and things like that, we really, at the very least, drop the public testnet. Altoona's out there on a small scale, but a large scale public testnet, something to show us that development is punching forward. Because it's been so long. I love Ethereum, and it makes me so sad that it's not progressing as fast as it should. I personally think Ethereum should be challenging Bitcoin still for market cap. The flippening, for those of you who remember, should be still a thing we talk about, where Ethereum could flip and become the dominant crypto. It's frustrating to me because I love it, and it's what I hold the most of. So, crypto market wise, Bitcoin, Ethereum, basically flat. XRP, Bitcoin Cash, basically flat. Bitcoin SV up 1.5%. Cardano's up 1 3/4%. Litecoins pretty much flat. Binance coins up 5%. Crypto.com coins up by just under 1%. Nothing too crazy. Chainlink continues its march towards $7. It's sitting at $6.55. And nothing too crazy to report in the remains of the top 20. VeChain's flat. So, a look at that. You can get instant cash without selling your crypto on Nexo. So, sponsor me, Nexo. Anyways, that's all I got for you today. Like I said, just a half episode today. Again, I really do appreciate all those who watch the videos, who like, who comment, who subscribe. It's incredibly rewarding for me to be doing this. It's given me a hobby in these uncertain times and helped distract me from my new job, which I'm struggling with because I miss interacting with people. So please leave a comment. I'm lonely. I'm more than happy to help out. And I will talk to you all tomorrow. Have a great one.